Good morning, everyone. This is my voice audible. Okay. Yes, in the previous class, we have started discussing the data processing instructions. We'll recap the instructions that we have discussed till now. First is the move instruction. In that, two instructions, MOV, MVN. Move into the register, it can be immediate value or it can be from a register. MVN is nothing but you are going to negate the value and then you are going to move into the register. After that, we have discussed about the barrel shifter operations. There is a separate hardware which performs the pre-processing. In this, the different types of commands which will come is left shift, logical left, shift left, logical shift right, arithmetic, and rotate right and rotate right extended. These are the barrel shifter operations. After this, we have discussed the arithmetic operation, that is the addition with carry, without the carry, subtraction with carry, without the carry, and also reverse subtraction. These are the six commands which comes under the arithmetic instructions. And after that, logical instructions. It is a bitwise, bit by bit logical operations is going to happen. That is, and it is R means ORR. Remember, it is not OR. It is not two letter. It is three letter. ORR, three letter instructions they have followed. That is why it is ORR. And for exclusive OR, it is EOR. For XOR, it is EOR. And the logical bit clear, it is BIC. Totally now 10 instructions we have discussed. After that, compare instructions. Compare between a register and a immediate value or we register with a register. If you want to negate the second value, you can use CMN or directly compare. Or with the XOR operations, if you want to check for equality, then TEQ or TST. This is what the compare instruction. After that, multiplication. In the multiplication instructions, there is a extra word called accumulate. It is not simple multiplying two register contents. We are going to add something to the multiplication result, that is called as multiply and accumulate. Rm into Rs plus Rn. That value we are going to store it in the destination register. If you use just MUL, it is the simple multiply. MUL RD comma RM comma RS. If you write, just multiply register content of RM into RS and store it in the RD. Whenever there is a multiply, whenever you multiply, the size of the number, it can cross more than 32 bit. Because the register size is 32 bit, both the registers are 32 bit. If you multiply, the number can be greater than 32 bit. That is why there is a chances of getting a long value. In order to store that big value, we have other instructions. It's called S signed MLA. The last L indicates long. If you use this type of instructions, then it will take two registers and in that it is going to store. In two instructions, it is going to store the 32 bit and 32 bit, totally 64 bit value will be stored. For unsigned, you have one instruction. For signed, you have an instruction. It is just the same multiplication and accumulate instruction. They are going to add S at the beginning, L at the end. It is going to add S at the beginning, prefix signed, L at the end means long. That we are going to add it to these two instructions, MLA and MUL. Says this is how we are going to use it. UMULL R0 comma R1 comma R2 comma R3 means R2 and R3 will be multiplied and result will be stored in The lower part will be stored in R0, means lower 32 bit. Higher 32 bit that will store in the register R1. These are the things we have discussed in the previous class. Still, do you have any doubts in this? These many instructions, do you have any doubt? Then we'll move on to the branch instruction. Yeah, this Saturday we will have a test of module 1. Please prepare well and write the test. And if I give more than one assignment, that would be in that one will be this unit test. I'll consider this marks also for the assignment. With that intention, you can prepare, or that will help you for the first internals. Do you have any test on that day? Do you have any problem if I keep test on Saturday? Do you have any other test? Okay. Okay, then we'll start this branch instruction. See, this branch instruction is, you have some set of code. See, you can write the program hundreds of lines like this. You can write hundreds of instructions like this. But some set of instructions you want to skip, and you are going to execute some other instructions. And R1 comma R2 comma R3. In the same way, ORR sum R3 comma R4 comma R5. See, you want to skip these 4 instructions and you want to execute these 2. After the execution of this move instruction, you don't want to execute these 4. You directly want to execute these 2 instructions. In that case, what you are going to do is, you are going to create a label and you will write some of the instructions. Then, after the move instruction, you are going to write the branch instructions. How to write the branch instruction? There is a syntax for that. B is there, branch, BL, and then BX and BLX. You have 4 different instructions. B followed by label you are going to give. B followed by some label you are going to give. B forward. If the compiler see this instruction B forward, it will not going to execute this directly. It will go to this instruction line and then it starts executing, and it will not come back. It will not come back because it doesn't know the address of the next instruction. It doesn't know the address of the next instruction. Directly from here, it will go to this and it will execute these 2 instructions. What exactly happens in the register contents once it executes this instruction B followed by forward? Anyone? ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, in pipelining, fetch is done, decode is done. When it tries to execute this, what happens in the background? I'm asking about the register contents. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ? What happens? Which register content is going to change? ಯಾವ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ? ಈ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸಿಂಚನ, ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ, ಶುಭ, ಸ್ಕಂದ, ಪಾರ್ವತಿ, Akshita. Yes, the PC is going to change. The PC is going to update this forward. This forward, the label what you see here, this label address will be updated in the PC. The program counter address will get updated in the PC. Now the execution will go to this line and it starts executing. That's all. That is the changes it is going to be done. This forward label, it has the address. For us, it is just a name. It's a label. But in the background, it is an address. Okay, this label, this forward label, it has some address. That address gets updated in the PC. Now, this is just a branch instruction. A simple branch instruction moves from this line to this line, it executes. Now, this is what this first one, branch instruction. This branch with link, there is a second type. Branch with link is, there is a R14 register. What is R14 register? What is the use of R14 register? R15 program counter. R13 is stack pointer. What is R14?
Link register.
It's a link register. The link register is used for, why we are going to use the link register?
To store the address of the instruction, like which has to be executed once the branch instructions are executed.
Yes, it is just a return address. It stores the return address from the branch. Yes, if it wants to come back after the execution of subroutines, that in order to store that, we use this BL. If we use BL here, like this, if you use BL hyphen forward, if you write like this, what happens is the address of the next instruction, LDR instruction, that address will be stored in the link register. Once it executes these two instructions, since it is known, the link register is contains the return address, it will come back to this and it will start executing these instructions. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ BL ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಲಿಂಕ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ, BL ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ BL with link. This there is one more called branch exchange with link. See, this branch exchange is when you are going to branch to some other subroutine, if you want to change the instruction set itself. Now you are in the ARM instruction set, you want to change it to the thumb state, thumb instruction, 16-bit instructions. ಅದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, if it wants to be changed, then you have to use this BX. This BX, when you write BX like this, instead of BL, you will write BX, and you are not going to give the label, you are going to give register, some register content you are going to give. This register content has the address where it should go. Okay, this R5 register content has the address where it should go, branch where the control should go. How the thumb state it is going to decide is, In this register R5, there is a lower order bit R5 zeroth position. Since this is a 32 bit, from R5 0 to 31 will be there. 32 bits will be there. In that R5 0 bit will be seen. If it is 0, the value of that, if it is 0, in that case, it will remain in the RM state, the 32-bit instruction state. If it is 1, then it will change it to the thumb state. It is going to change to the thumb state. Already, if it is in the thumb state, it will remains in that state. Or else, if it is in the 32-bit state, it is going to change it to the thumb state. The value of R5 of 0th bit will be seen. If it is 0, it remains in the RM state, that will be 32-bit instruction. It remains, or if it is in the previously, if it is in the thumb state, it is going to change. If the value is 1, if it is in the RM 32-bit state, it is going to change it to the thumb state. Or already, if it is in the thumb state, it remains in the thumb state. Means the instruction set will be changed. That is the meaning of BX. What about, and also once it changes in the CPSR, the T bit means fifth bit, 0 to the fifth location, there is a T, right? That bit will get updated to 1. Thumb state change ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ CPSR ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು T bit ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, seventh location ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೊಂದು change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Sorry, 7th ಅಲ್ಲ, 5th. It is a 5th bit. It is going to change. What about this BLX? BLX is the same. What the branch exchange is going to do, it is going to change the state from thumb state to the RM state, or RM to the thumb. 32-bit to the 16-bit, or 16-bit to the 32-bit. And also the return address, the address of the next instruction after the execution of BLX, that gets stored in the link register. Allen BL ittala, ade BLX. Link register igu update agutte. Is it clear? What is the mean? What is the working of B, BL, BX, and BLX? Anybody have a doubt?
Sir? Sir, in BLX register, BLX instruction, after executing that branch instructions, like we'll come back to the like main program. From there, it will be executed in 32-bit architecture or like thumb 16-bit architecture. Like if we change the thumb bit,
it has to change. See, if it is going to change means, say, assume that this block, it can be in the same program or it can be at some other location. Once it comes back, this one, it has to change, because this register, it is 32-bit here, but this can be some 16-bit. Assume that it is at some different location. It has to change. That will be done in the background, but it has to change. Without changing, it is not possible to continue with the execution.
Okay, sir.
See, for all these instructions, please make a note of all the instructions. As I already said, please follow that convention: one instruction, the description, the syntax, one example, one output. Follow this for all the instructions, then it will be easy to replicate in the test or the exams. Okay, this branch instructions. You may not expect the program in this part, in this chapter, but programs we are going to give in the next chapter, because there we are going to discuss about how to write the ARM programs. This is not at all required. Next, we'll move on to the load and store instructions. Next, we'll move on to the load and store instructions, which is commonly used in all the programs. Any simple program you write without this load and store instruction, you cannot write it, sir. Why? Because you have to load into the register. Without this, it is not possible. Okay. In this load means load into the register. Remember in that way. Load means load into the register. From where? From the memory. It's a transfer of this instruction. It is transfer the data between this memory and the processor registers. Okay. In the store instructions, in case of the store instructions, we are going to store from the register where we are going to store it in the memory. In that way, you remember. In these three types, there are single register transfers are there, multiple register transfer, and also there finally we have some swap instructions are there. Single register, multiple register, and swap instruction. These are the three things we are going to discuss. In that, uh, multiple register is of no importance. You completely focus on the single register and swap. Okay. See, whenever we load or store the instructions, we are worried about this size also. Whether we are completely using the 32-bit or just half 16-bit, half word, or the byte 8 bits we are going to load, that we have to see. And based on that, we have to select the instructions. If you are just loading 16-bit, no need to use the 32-bit instruction. If you are just loading the byte, no need to use the half word instruction. See here, you can see this table now. LDR. Load the word. LDR is nothing but load word. Word is nothing but 32-bit here. If I use the word WORD, that word means there is a 32-bit. That into the register. Where? From the, see, everywhere the convention they have followed is memory address of 32 within the bracket address. What it indicates, if you give the address to this function, it will give you the final value. Memory 32 of mem32 of address is nothing but from that memory location, from that memory, if you give the address, you will get the value. That is the value, it gets stored into the register. Here directly I have given the immediate value. See here LDR R5 comma equals 5. So immediate value I have given. Or else even directly you can give like this. How? LDR R5 R3 bracket. What this indicates is, this bracket, big brackets indicates the content of the register R3, right? The content of the register R3 contains the address. R3 ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That value gets loaded into the R5. That is the meaning of this brackets. If you add the brackets, whatever the value is there, that will be treated as the address. ಈ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನೇ ಬರೆದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Even though if you write in the R3 contains 4, that will be treated as 4. It will go and search in the memory location 4. If it is there, what value is there, that gets loaded into the R5. That is the meaning of LDR, load word, but everywhere it is 32-bit. Next, STR, we are going to save the word into the memory location from the register. From the register, the register contains some R5. You want to store it in some memory location. You can directly write the memory location address also, hexadecimal representation. You can write the hexadecimal representation also, or else you can give the memory location like this. And storing is str is, you're going to save the word in the register. Then comes the all byte half word commands. ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, LDR STR ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಕಾಮನ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಬೈಟ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 8 bits transfer exchange between the register and the memory. If you attach H to that, LDRH STRH, it's a half word 16-bit exchange between the memory and register. If you add SB or SH, signed byte or signed half word. Signed, if you use the word signed, means sign information, positive, negative, that information it gets stored. Here and everywhere it is single register transfer. Means from the receiving side, from the source side, it is only single registers are there. That is why it is single register transfer. Do you have any doubts in this? It is just load and store, most commonly used instruction. What are the different types? Byte, half word, and signed byte and signed half word. Say this, this is an LDR R0, R1. Here you have another type. This is equivalent to this instruction. Within the brackets, if you write like this, R1, #0, what it indicates? Sir, ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಅದು ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದಿರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Okay, what this is, it is an offset. It is an offset. What this value contains, R1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ concat ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, add ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, sorry. It is going to add with this R1. If it contains some 4000 plus 0, it is 4000 itself. The offset, that is called as an offset. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ offset ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಏನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ in the microprocessor, in the memory, we are going to call this as an offset. This offset, in this case, it is 0. In case if it is was 200, if R1 contains 400, then the address, total address will be 400 plus 200, 600. Within the brackets, it is 600. 600 is an address. The compiler will go to that location 600 and it will get the value and store it in the register R0. Same R0, R1 to this memory location, it will go and store the content of the register R0. R0 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಈ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Is it clear? The second part is called as an offset. Any doubts in those? Load and store? Okay. See, now this single register, some variations are there. What variations in this single register transfer is, you know about the addressing mode. ನೀವು ಸುಮಾರು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರ. ಸಿಒದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅದೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೋಡ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ some different, all the index, register, direct, indirect, all the different types of addressing mode that you have. Already you know this, that you have learned in the computer organization CO, that you are going to use this in with this load and store, single register load and store addressing modes. If you have the offset with that, if that offset, if it is within the brackets, what is the meaning? If it is outside the bracket, what is the meaning? That we should understand. See, there are three types: pre-index with write back, pre-index, and post-index. See this here, the instruction. First try to understand this pre-index and post-index. First what is the types of pre-index and post-index? The second part, LDR, you have written LDR R0, R1, #4 within the brackets. If you write like this, in that case, R1 value, which contains the address, gets added with the offset. And then it will go to that location and get the value and gets updated in the R0. Pre-index, the index without the fetching the value, before the fetching the value, it has been updated. But R1 is not being changed here. R1 content ಗೆ add ಆಯ್ತು, ಆ memory location ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ value ತಂದು R0 ಗೆ copy ಆಯ್ತು. Post index is, see here, R0, within the brackets R1 is there, #4. In this case, whatever the content of the R1, that address, in that location, what value is there, that gets stored in the R0. After that, R1 gets updated by adding 4 to that. R1 value ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 4 extra attach ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Is it clear? Is it clear what is the meaning of pre-index and post-index? R1 ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, R1 ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಆ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಗೆ 4 ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಂದು ಅದನ್ನ R0 ಗೆ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. pre-index. The post-index is first the content of the R1 address. From that value will be fetched to R0. Then R1 gets updated. That is the meaning of post-index. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, R0 ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು, R1 ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು post-index ಅಲ್ಲಿ. pre-index ಅಲ್ಲಿ R0 ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, R1 ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. It is not gets updated. There is pre-index with write back. The same thing. pre-index ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದೆ. But in this case, it is very much equivalent to the last case. See here, it is very much equivalent to the last case. It is going to add R1 plus 4, get the value from that location, copy it to the R0, and also R1 gets updated. And also R1 gets updated. Always we are going to call this one R1 as a base address register. ಈ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಒಳಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬೇಸ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಬೇಸ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. R0 is a register where we are going to copy destination register. R1 within the brackets, what we see, that we are going to call it as base address register. That base address register gets updated in the first case. Within the brackets ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲಮೇಟರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲಮೇಟರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಆಮೇಲೆ #4 ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. The first case and the third case it is same. Pre-index and post-index. Do you have any doubts in this? ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. I think it is clear, this pre-index and post-index. See here, everywhere the convention will be like this. See the examples, how they have written in the textbook is R0, 32-bit, right? 32-bit convention, hexadecimal representation, 0x. ಈ 0x ಅನ್ನೋದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು 8 ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್, hexadecimal representation. R1, it contains some value. This is the some address. Memory 32 of address if you give, you will get some value. Memory 32 of some address if you give, you are going to get the value. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, LDR R0, R1, #4 if you write for R1, what it contains, 9000. Then to this 4 will be added. That is why see here R1 it has become 9004. In 9004, what it contains in the memory, it contains this value. That value it is there in the R0. ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. This is pre-indexing with write back. What about just the pre-indexing? Just ಬರೀ pre-indexing ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ R1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು? ಇದು pre-indexing with write back. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದು. ಅದೇ pre-index ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ R1 ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, R0 ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು? ಶುಭ
ಸರ್ R1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 9 R0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ
0x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು? 0x 4 zeros 9 0 0 0 ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ 4 ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. That's all. That is pre-indexing. See, this is what the example of pre-indexing. Post-indexing. Post-indexing also it is gets updated. ಈ ತರನೇ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ you will get full marks. See this table. What all the possible options are there? You can write in the second part of the instruction. LDR, or STR, some register R1 or R0, the second operand. What all the things you can write is the different addressing modes which are supported is, see, almost 3-6 pre-indexed are there. 3 pre-index, 3 pre-index write back, another 3 post-index. Everything is immediate, registered, scaled register. Immediate, register, scaled register. Immediate, register, scaled register. See, totally 9 instructions, 9 addressing modes which will support. Pre-index, pre-index, pre-index. Pre-index write back, pre-index write back, pre-index write back. Post-index, post-index, post-index. Okay? 9 commands. Immediate register, scaled register. Immediate register, scaled, immediate register, scaled register. I think in this way you can remember this. Okay? Wherever there is a pre-index, everything is within the brackets. Pre-index ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ pre-index ವಿತ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ಸೆಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, ಆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ಸೆಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. It will be inside that offset value will be in the register. Scaled register means both the things will be there. The register value, the immediate value, and also the register. Scaled register means both offset and also this register. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫ್ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದು ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, there will be a barrel shift operation, LSL some number. LSL, logical shift right or logical shift left, that operation will be there as the third operand. Pre-index andre everything will be within the brackets. Pre-index write back almost the same, ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲಮೇಟರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In that way you can remember this table. See, it is not only you learn the instructions, and also you should have some methods to remember the tables. ಒಂದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡೀ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಬರೆಯೋಂಗೆ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. You should not learn each and every instruction. Some small changes, some hints should be there, shortcut should be there to remember. In that way you can write all the instructions. Immediate means always the 12-bit offset will be there in the instruction. The same offset, if it is there inside the register, it is the register. Scaled is nothing but some barrel shift operation and the base address register. Totally the address will be calculated using the base address register and the barrel shift operation. These are the three different types: immediate, register and scaled. Why it is plus or minus means there may be some offset you can add. ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆನಾರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲಾರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಡೌನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆಡ್ ದಿ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ದಿ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಆಫ್ಸೆಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಡ್ ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್. ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದ್ ಮೂರನೇ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೆ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮೇಲೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ ಬೇಕಾರೋ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. That is why it is plus or minus. That is been all the examples they have represented with on some table. The same, what are the variation? Here it is for half word. STR. Till now we have discussed STR. They have added STRH. Store half word. See, you follow this, remember this. If you write everywhere STRH, the memory 16 you have to write. If it is simple STR, mem 32 you have to write. If it is STRB or LDRB, if you write, then mem 8 you have to write. Memory 8-bit. That is the convention you should follow. See, even there is a support for loading the multiple register or saving the multiple register. Load the multiple register or save the multiple register. In order to do that, you require these two addressing modes: increment, decrement. Increment after, you know, the post increment and pre increment, right? Plus plus and minus minus, before or after the variable we used to write, right? Plus plus a plus plus, minus minus a or a minus minus. This is what we use in the C programming. The same thing, this is one also addressing mode: increment after or increment before. This you can add it with the instruction name ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಪುಷ್ ಪಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I'll show with one example where exactly we have some stack operation. In order to store the instructions in, increment after or increment before, decrement after or decrement before. This is for load and store. Where exactly it is? Yes, we know the stack operation, right? There it will be used. We know push operation and pop operation. What exactly the stack is? In the memory, there are some set of equations that is been reserved. And that will be called as a stack. All the sequential addresses all some sequential addresses, so many locations, some 100 locations or 120 locations, some size is there, that will be given for the stack. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೋ ಐದರ್ ಅಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್. It grows towards higher memory addresses, or descending stacks grow towards lower memory addresses. That we already know. There is a stack pointer SP. Yav register R13. This stack pointer, it is always point to the last, the item of the stack. Last item of the stack means the top of the stack. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆಡ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಮೆಮೊರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕಿಗೆ, ಆ ಟಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಐಟಮ್ದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಪ್ಟಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ is getting to be stored in the stack pointer. See here, whenever we load, whether it is a push operation or the pop operation, that is my question. Load instruction use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ push operation ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, pop operation ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? Anyone can answer? Sri Gauri, Parsha, Sri Gauri, are you there?
Yes, sir.
If we use the load instruction, whether it is a push operation or the pop operation, if we do the operation with the stack, if we do the stack operations, and if we use load instruction,
Push, sir. Push operation.
Wrong. Why? Because see, load means load into the register. Stack means it's a memory. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಮೆಮೊರಿ, ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ಲೋಡ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಮೊರಿಯಿಂದ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಪಾಪ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲೋಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಪುಷ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೂ, push means move into the memory. In that case, the store operation, it is a push operation. If the instruction is like this, STMFD, store FD. If it is like this means, and if the first operand is SP, exclamatory mark, then that says that it is store in the memory, that to stack pointer fully descending. That is the meaning of this instruction. It's a full stack operation. It's a stack push operation. We are loading into the memory. What all the values we are going to load? R1, R14. That the content of that value R1, R4, that value, it is getting to be stored in the stack pointer. You can say it here. Before that, the top of the stack was 0x80014. The other two locations are empty. After the execution of these two instructions, R1 and R4, these two values get loaded into the 0x80010, and stack pointer is loading to the top of the stack. Why? The question is why R1 plus R4 is not added and getting stored in the stack, why directly R1 and R4 values are getting stored? R1 R4 ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಂಗ ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ R1 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೆಮೊರಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, R4 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ವೈ? Anyone? It is simple. Here we have used the flower bracket. See, this indicates it is not big brackets, it's a flower bracket. It indicates all these registers get loaded into the stack. It gets loaded into the stack. That is the meaning. This is the stack operation. And also how it should be empty descending. It should be empty from the bottom or empty from the ascending, from the top. That will be indicated by this last two key suffixes ed, empty descending, or ea, empty ascending. In that way it is going to empty. Okay, we'll discuss the next swap instruction in the next class. Meanwhile, you can send your attendance. And if you have sent the attendance, you can exit. Thank you.